uh, Balbheem Vaidya. He is the AGM of SBI. He joined the bank in the year 1983 and has vast and diverse experience of having worked in important fields such as credit, general banking, personal banking, etc. He's been instrumental in handling the portfolio of about 400 crores as head of SME Center Secunderabad during the year 2017 to 19, wherein many initiatives such as driver empowerment program of Tricor, financing of hairstylists for setting up salons trained by noted hairstylist Javed Habib, Stand Up India, Mudra financing were successfully launched.
సెటప్ చేసేవి బిగ్ అంటారు.
Can everybody mute their mics, please? SMEC Secunderabad, under his leadership, has been continuously getting 5-star rating and it's amongst the top 5 pan India. Presently, he is handling the role of undertaking PEV studies, government-sponsored schemes like eMudra, Mudra, PMEGP, SUI, CGT, MSE in the Hyderabad circle. A warm welcome, Balbheem Vaidya sir. We are looking forward to your presentation.
Madam, can you put the PPT? I already sent that to Ma'am Shanti.
Naman, can you share sir's PPT, please?
Okay, good evening, ma'am. Yeah. Good evening, ma'am. Indeed, it is a pleasure to be associated with COWE for this Stand Up India session. As you know, this Stand Up India scheme was initiated by central government during the year April 2016, and this Stand Up India scheme is basically meant for women, SC and ST candidates. So by default, because COWE is dealing with all women entrepreneurs, they are automatically eligible for sanction of loans under this Stand Up India scheme. And this Stand Up India scheme was basically launched by the government to not only provide self-entrepreneurship, business-related environment to the entrepreneurs, but also provide employment to a host of others. Can kindly go for the next slide, madam. So this was meant to actually not only provide employment to the candidate themselves, but also by way of nature of the business itself to provide further employment to another minimum 4 to 5 people or maximum depending on the activity and the business. Next slide, please. So under this scheme, Stand Up India, the minimum loan that can be sanctioned under is 10 lakhs above and up, and maximum is 1 crore. Please go to the next slide, last slide, madam. It's not yet done. Previous slide, please. And this is meant to, as I said earlier, it is meant for women entrepreneurs and SC, ST. And basically, it is meant for a greenfield enterprises. But I would like to say off the record here that even those units which are already existing and doing well, but they lack what is called finance. We also, I mean, on a case by cases, we examine, and if found useful, we try to entertain them also, in spite of the fact that it is not a green field, on a case basis, not a in general as a whole. So here again, if the what is called Stand Up India scheme is a group of persons they want to initiate, then that means maybe some women, and then perhaps they also include some of the directors or partners as a men also. Then the majority stakeholding, if it is a company or a partnership, it should be minimum 51% should be that of a woman or ST enterprises. Next slide, please. And as already explained by Madam Anamika from SIDBI, this application can be downloaded from the standupindia.in. There is a portal. Under that, you can directly apply and download it and send the application directly to the branch or representative of this thing. So under this portal, we handholding support is given by the portal, and loan from the banks also can be arranged. And this is all, let me tell you one important thing here is, they are all collateral free loans. I repeat, they are all collateral free loans. No security need to be given on this Stand Up India loans up to for a period for a loan limit up to 1 crore. And the 1 crore is the maximum limit that can be given under Stand Up India. Next slide, please. And as I said in the beginning, the target group under this is SC/ST and women entrepreneurs. So as I said earlier, women entrepreneurs by default, because COWE is totally dealing with women entrepreneurs, they are automatically by default, they are eligible for loan under this scheme. So this is meant, the purpose, as I said, it is meant for all greenfield projects, but those enterprises, those business houses which are already in the business also can be considered on a case-to-case basis. And then here under this Stand Up India scheme, the facility is by way of two components. One is working capital and another is term loan. Working capital here in this, what I mean is, it is for running the day-to-day business. Maybe for the purpose of purchasing raw material, payment of wages, salaries, payment of rent, if the what's called premises is taken on lease, and then payment of electricity and host of other expenditure which is to be incurred on a day-to-day basis or a monthly basis. And term loan is given for purchase of equipment or what's called machinery. And here in this case, term loan, the entire payment is directly made to the vendor, including the bank component and the margin money put by the candidate. As I said earlier, the quantum of finance is minimum 10 lakhs and above, maximum is 1 crore. And in case if certain projects require more than 1 crore, where the project cost is what is called more than 1.5 crores, excluding their margin, they have to step up their margin, and the bank loan is limited to 1 crore. Such projects also are entertained under this scheme. And then rate of interest, presently it is 9.90% per annum. So it is one of the lowest that is being given. And apart from this, you are also eligible for what is called a 2% interest subsidy at the end of financial year every year. So in the, what I mean to say here is, suppose your account has been charged with an interest of say about 10,000 rupees. Okay, say let us say at 9.9 or 10%. So 2% interest subtraction, whatever is debited to the account, you will be getting back from the central government. And apart from this, if you can apply for subsidy, if you are a reserved candidate, that also is possible, but that has to be taken care of by the candidates themselves. Bank has no what is called role in this whatsoever. And the normal 0.2% of the loan amount is charged as the one-time what is called processing fee. And all these accounts are covered under what is called CGT-MSC, that is Credit Guarantee Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises. And for this, a nominal fee of 1.8% plus GST is charged on the outstanding at the end of March every year. Suppose, let us say you have taken a loan of 1 crore initially. So in the first year, it will be charged at 1 crore, 1.8% plus GST. And if the outstanding comes down to say, let us 80 lakhs at the end of the next year, then on 80 lakhs, 60, 70 and all like that. So on the outstanding as at the end of every March, this CGT-MSC fees is payable. And more importantly, as I said, it is collateral free loan. This is about this scheme. Basically here, in the budget session, there were two mentions. That is about Anamika saying that the margin money has been reduced from what is called 25% to 15%, but it is yet to be made this thing yet to be come into force. But here the margin money ranges from 10% to 20%. Minimum is 10% and maximum is 25%. The banker will decide as to what should be the quantum of the margining depending on the project, location, and host of other things. And agri-related also, earlier it was what is called some collateral was need to be given, and that also is yet to be implemented. Once we get the what's called directions from the Reserve Bank of India, perhaps these two issues, that is reduction in margin money and agri-related collateral-free loan India. But as of now, let me reiterate that all SME loans, that is for manufacturing, servicing, and trading, they are free from collateral. No collateral is insisted upon. And then this is about the entire scheme. But let me add here, from State Bank of India, I will go one step forward and say that if COWE decides to give leads or proposals, we will be pleased to what is called take up and then sanction wherever it is economically feasible, viable, and it is the project is viable. We will be pleased to take proposals or applications from the COWE directly and then process for further sanction and all that. And this applies to all the branches across Telangana. So we welcome proposals from COWE and its entrepreneurs. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was quite informative. And we thank you once again for actually extending this warm gesture from your end, that if we could get proposals, you would process it for us. That is the great news for all our women entrepreneurs. Thank you so much once again, sir. It was very good to have you.